Are you ready for some really great surf music? Yes, you are. There's some narration to set the mood. Just a few seconds of narration, spoken word narration coming into the song, and it's great. Narration's great. The music's great. The reverb is amazing. It's the Riptide Rats Coastline Chaos EP from Sweden. Is there tides in Sweden? I could have looked it up. In the age of Google, I could have looked it up, but that's cheating. Hey group, welcome to Extract Corner. I'm your host, Richard May. And damn, this is just 9 minutes perfection. It is. 2 surf tunes with surf setup in the narration. The opening tune, the title track, Coastline Chaos, set in 64, as they tell you the make of the car. And the third song, Grease My Board. They move up to the mid-70s for that one. And tell you the make of the car on that one too. And in between, we get a touch of Link Ray with a narration paying tribute to Link Ray and Rumble through the Riptide Rats. They do their own variation of Rumble. So did Link Way. I'm sure his record company wanted a second bite at the apple of Rumble, so there was Rumble this and Rumble that coming out of Link Ray after he released Rumble. If you don't know Rumble, go look it up. Link Ray, Rumble. Fundamental hard rock track from, when I was born. Right around when I was born. Okay? That was a while back, as some of you rude people point out. And all 3 of these tracks are great. 9 minutes. That's all it is. The 2 surf tunes brings to mind Dick Dale. We're in an interview with, I believe, the bass player from the Riptide Rats. And the question was, what late rock star would you like to work with if you resurrected them from the grave? And the band's pick was Dick Dale. As well they should. And of course, deep admiration for Link Way. And it is just kick-ass stuff. It's instrumental. Yes, you get the narration to precede the 3 songs. Some snobs may say that the narration is cheating. It is instrumental. But, some people may say, oh, if it was really good, you wouldn't need a movie sample in front of it, or narration in front of it, or just let the music speak for itself. Nah. Define for the listener the setting of the music. That doesn't hurt. And the narration is quite good, actually. I try to look up directly because there's a second part to the title of this record. The second part of the title is the Maxwell Vegas Introductions. I looked up Maxwell Vegas, and Google didn't know who I was talking about. They want to talk about the longest nerve in our body, the vagus nerve. And that's not about Maxwell. Unless he's a obnoxious guy, and then maybe he does get on someone's nerve. Never mentioned Maxwell. I have no idea. Just a joke. But Maxwell is the host of apparently a hot podcast, the Atomic Voodoo Lounge, which is a podcast featuring speculative noir. You know noir, don't you? Noir is Mickey Spillane and certain movies, black and white movies from the 40s and the 50s. You know that private dick in his office and that hot blonde knocks on the door. And you know the scene. I love noir. I love reading it, like listening to it, like the art, Well, they can also mix into retro. You notice I got Betty Page behind me this way. Got a little bit of Red Fink, 2 examples of Red Fink style tributes on people's art. The Castellines and the square tugs. Oh yeah, that's Red Fink. And of course, the Cramps. Oh, the Cramps is all about retro, noir. And of course, some of their music collections up here, the Born Bad series, some of the more recent collections that Poison Ivy is apparently involved with. And it's great stuff. It makes me tempted to check out the Atomic Voodoo Lounge, apparently from the metropolis of New Stanton, Pennsylvania. Guy has that deep voice and just draws you in. Probably has an English lit degree. But I digress. What else am I supposed to say? All of this is new. The podcast only started like 9 months ago, last summer. The band was only formed in 2023. Members of the Chuck Norris Experiment and the Lunatones. They're from Sweden. How did the guys from Sweden hook up with a guy in America with a podcast? The podcast talks about music sometimes too, and plays some music, and probably found the rats that way. Cute thing about the name of the band. Riptide is out of their love for surf music, obviously. Rats is out of their punk background. But I warn you, you're not going to hear much punk in the music here. Everything's marketed as punk nowadays. Doesn't matter what you play. You can play Archie's Revival, Monkey's Revival. Those those diabetes-inducing pop songs from the late 60s. Doesn't matter. We're punk. Fine. You know, punk is mostly fashion and marketing, but it's okay. We love it anyway. And it's a very recent release. Well, it came out on the 10th earlier this month. And it's their 4th release. So you got another 3 to go find, other than singles, and there's singles as well. But they got their full-length record here, Rays of Steel, came out late last year, if I remember correctly. And, you know, so there's stuff for you to pursue, to check out more Riptide Rats. Instrumental music, action rock, because they are, and come from other action rock bands. Surf music, Western, as in spaghetti Western, and of course it's rock and roll. Boy, is it just rock and roll. That's all this really is. It's rock and roll and surf at the heart. And they're from our Ghost Highway recordings. Good label. Don't love everything out of that label, but a high fraction I do. And darn, there's a good show coming up in August. I don't know, I couldn't figure out if there's a short European tour or just one show. But it's Chuck Norris Experiment. One guy here has to do double duty. And in between, so Riptide Rats opens, Chuck Norris Experiment is the headliner. In between, you get Star and the Stars, the new band of the frontman of Adam Rest, not the actor, Adam Rest, the action rock band. I reviewed all 3 of those bands of their recent releases. They're all killer. It's an action rock bill of 3 cool bands. So if you're in Europe, I think the show's in Sweden. It's up there, you know, Viking territory. Should be a cool show. So look it up. If you're in Europe, check it out. You may want to catch that. But it's, yeah, what I saw was in August. I believe when I reviewed the album more than a month ago, I remembered there was a tour, but I could not confirm that in my homework this time. Did I mention everything that I should? Yes, I did. But let's check my notes. See if I get all the fundamentals here. I covered where they are. They're from Sweden. But the narrator is from America. And when I Googled New Stanton, the only thing it offered me was Pennsylvania. As well it should, because that's the only New Stanton that I'm familiar with too. And production's good, mix is good. Ain't no ballads, no sentimentality here. Oh, you can play in mixed company. Yeah, girls will love this. It is on YouTube. Excuse me. It is on YouTube. I think everything's on YouTube by the Riptide Rats. Is there anything to offend you? No, hardly. I doubt it highly. You know, some people work hard to find something to offend them. Bless their heart. But easily offended? No. You have to work. Just thinking of bikini girls in California. Does that offend you? Bikini girls in California? Yeah. You know, women were girls back in the early 60s and now they're your grandparents? Or your parent, depending on your age. As it may be. You like this video? Give it a like. Subscribe to Action Rock Corner. Ring the notification bell. And go listen. to Coastline Chaos EP, the Maxwell Vegas introductions, and come back and tell us if you hear 9 minutes of perfection. I do. It's great stuff. And for latest in action rock, high energy rock, garage rock, punk, psych, psychobilly, stoner, anything really rocks, and classic legacy bands that rock. Come back here to Action Rock Corner. We'll have it for you. And thank you so much for watching. Remember, have fun with your music. This is fun. Even if there's some noir. Kind of makes you think of homework. Noir? Who speaks the word noir? In everyday conversation, other than English professors in a community college, or, better than that. Oh well. I try to keep it simple here, but noir is cool. If you don't know what noir is, go look up some. You'll probably find you like some noir. Like the old Shadow. Remember the Shadow? Who knows what evil lurks in hearts of men? The Shadow knows. That was noir. Orson Welles. Anybody remember Orson Welles? Yes, I'm old. Yes, I am. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again soon.